Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we are going to be doing the opening part of What If Symbiotes were in Dragon Ball. I just wanted to do a little what if before I move on to my main what if, and I might not even complete this. However, I thought it would be fun to see how this what if plays out. There's nothing much else I want to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get to the video.
Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
To begin, I will explain the brief backstory to the origin of these symbiotes. First off, their home planet will be destroyed. This means that the symbiotes are a rare occurrence across the galaxy, constantly searching for new hosts. This what if will begin in the middle of the Saiyan saga. Nappa is dead at the hands of Vegeta and Goku is up against him now. They are about to begin their matchup and are stood atop their rock pillars. The two begin their fight and Vegeta is clearly having the upper hand. Without the use of Kaioken, Goku's chances of success are very slim. He is barely able to land attacks of his own, and the vicious attacks of the same prince steadily wear him down. Seeing that he won't win like this, he decides to try and use his Kaioken. However, as he starts to use this power up, a weird black substance scurries across a rock pillar to latch onto him. Initially he feels nothing, but he starts to feel the substance ooze through his skin somehow. His growing red aura fizzles out into nothing, and even Vegeta is quite perplexed to see a black goo growing across Goku. Once the goo finishes moving across him, the blue part of his gi becomes black and Goku's eyes switch to a midnight black colour. What is up with this guy? Vegeta says to himself as he watches the symbiote cover Goku. What was that? What's going on? Goku thinks as he feels a slightly weird tingling inside of his body. Once Vegeta starts to approach him, his aura seems to explode around him and the aura is a dark, sinister purple. Against his will, his body blasts in the other direction and his speed seems to have amplified greatly. Whoa, I feel so much stronger, Goku mutters to himself, beginning to power up. His purple aura blasts outwards and his power continues to increase as he starts to merge with his powerful symbiote. The aura is similar to Vegeta's Gallic Gun aura, except it's far darker and more intense. While continuing with this power up, the black symbiote grows to cover his arms and part of his face, giving him a far more sinister look. Goku then darts ahead towards his target and slugs forward his right fist into Vegeta's stomach. His speed is now nothing like his speed just prior, and this one punch launches Vegeta right through a rock pillar. Before he can even regather himself and fight back, Goku throws a multitude of different attacks that break him apart. After only minutes, Vegeta can barely keep himself in flight and wounds are all over his body. His breath is now heavy and deep with his arms flopped to his sides. How could I lose to a low-class warrior? What is this power that he has attained? Vegeta wonders, looking down to his bloody body. With the last of his stamina, he chucks up the fake moon into the sky and begins to transform. Now towering over the Saiyan, he roars with his new powers and he swings his fist right at Goku. This punch, which has now been multiplied by 10 in terms of strength, launches Goku through several pillars. Slamming into the last pillar, Vegeta finishes off by spitting out an explosive mouth blast towards the Saiyan. Goku instinctively pulls up his arms to try and block the attack that seems to be moving far faster than him, but what he sees once he opens his eyes is a fortified wall of black goo. Once this happens, he feels himself lose control of his body again, and his right fist turns into a massive black scythe. In a split second, he arrives beside the abdomen of Vegeta to slice through his armor and into his body. With this scythe, he slices him up in other places and finishes off with launching a black ki blast towards Uzaru's back. The explosion from this ki blast is powerful and explosive, which lifts Vegeta off his feet. Goku seems to be losing more and more control, and the symbiote starts to cover more of his body. The only part of his body that now shows is his head, and even that is covered with several veins of the symbiote across it. Kaioken, Goku exclaims with a more sinister and evil voice. His purple aura then switches to a darker red aura with purple streaks of ki flowing through it. With the use of just base Kaioken and this much of the symbiote, Goku has gained insane levels of strength and his increase in power is inexorable. Zooming towards his target, he lets off a flurry of attacks that even Vegeta in his Uzaru form struggles to handle. What is up with this Saiyan? This can't be his power, Vegeta thinks to himself, worried. As Goku is aiming high up, he dives down with his newfound speed and slams his fist into the Uzaru's stomach. Since his fist is so small and he's putting massive amounts of force through it, the Uzaru feels like he has been shot with a laser beam. Once he lands this attack, he flies right around and past the Uzaru's burly body to fly right through his tail, reverting him to his base form. Now injured and beaten, Goku easily has the upper hand. Unlike the canon, Goku doesn't feel like sparing Vegeta for some reason and he raises his hand to kill him. However, Goku's will is strong and he does not actually want to do such a thing. The symbiote across his arm retreats back and under his skin, making him weaker but more controlled. Eventually, his entire symbiote retreats and the blue part of his gi remains black this time. Goku. A deep, devilish sound is heard in Goku's mind, and he also starts to feel his body healing. After taking a hit from Uzaru Vegeta, it hurts him quite a bit, but the pain is simply wasting away. This is because the symbiote is healing his injuries, and he actually gains a Zenkai from this too. Who are you? What are you? Goku asks, looking around to find the origin of this sound. However, the sound seems to be coming from everywhere. He can't pinpoint an exact location. You really do have an infantile mind, Goku. I am something that can give you power. The power to protect your friends, your son. Without me, you would have died today, Venom insists, forming a black Venom head behind him. I want to grow power of my own, Goku says back, turning to see the demonic looking face. What are you? Goku says in fear, looking at the black face. We are Venom. You know that you need me, Goku. I can heal you, I can make you stronger, quicker, more durable. The choice is big for Goku. Goku has always wanted to gain strength on his own and without the aid of others. However, the symbiote is already starting to infect his mind. With this symbiote, he could get stronger. He could protect his friends and family. I mean, that's literally what he has just done. Goku doesn't give a reply, but Venom is in his head and he knows that he has agreed. While Goku has been having this conversation, Vegeta has used this time to escape and he is currently getting off planet. Once this symbiote disappears, Krillin and Gohan are seen in the distance coming back to see what's going on. After this whole event, the group of fighters still have to go to Namek, but this time Goku is well enough to go with Krillin and Gohan. However, this means that there will be no gravity chamber. The three fighters head with Bulma to Namek and they all perform mental training. What is odd is that Goku has an odd inclination towards eating meat. Also, raw meat is what he prefers. The chocolate on the ship is also gobbled right up by Goku, which makes the other fighters quite confused. Sometimes on the ship, he loses control and starts to eat more than he should, and even if he is a Saiyan, Bulma knows that he is eating more than he usually does. On Namek, the group of fighters are still met with the puny force of 3 Frieza soldiers. Once Goku sees these fighters, he is keen on fighting these 3 all together at the same time. With a base power level of 10,000 now, he is quite strong, but Venom can make him multiple times stronger. As he lands on the planet, he lifts his arm and a large mass of black goo shoots towards one soldier with spikes on the end of it. This slams into the stomach of one of the soldiers, even piercing through their entire torso with one of these spikes. Next, he pulls such fighter towards him and knocks them out with a punch to the head. The 2 other fighters have fears struck right into their hearts, but Goku isn't going to let them off at all. He charges forwards at the next soldier, then backhands them into a rock hill before knocking out the final soldier by using the symbiote to amplify his punch. Krillin is quite confused by Goku's spontaneous viciousness, and what scares him is that Goku has a slight smirk across his face. Also, he is definitely confused on how he just has black goo oozing out of his skin. What was that stuff? Krillin asks, hopping out of the ship. It's some weird thing that I absorbed back on Earth. It's making me so much stronger. With this, we can definitely get the Dragon Balls, Goku says blindly, feeling himself being stronger than before. In the distance, Zarbon is more than concerned with the incredibly high power level that he sees with this scouter in the distance. This time, multiple people notice this power level, including Frieza himself. A power level of 16,000, it was fluctuating between 13,000 and 16,000 constantly, Zarbon states, seeing the power level die down until it isn't sensed by the scouter anymore. Probably just a glitch with these scouters, nobody's power level fluctuates like that, Frieza says, turning back to the Dragon Balls that he already possesses. The events change again once Gohan and Krillin want to get the Dragon Balls from Frieza. This time, Gohan is protecting Bulma, and Goku is at the front lines with his best friend Krillin. Gohan has more than enough power to protect Bulma, and so he is trusted with protecting her. Goku is also a great asset on the offensive if they happen to get into an altercation at any time. Seeing the Emperor, Goku is keen on keeping his profile low. Unlike the humans of the Marvel universe that seem to become overwhelmed by the symbiote, Goku has a strong enough will to retain some of his rationality. However, his keenness on battle has not diminished, and it seems to have been heightened instead. The Namekians get rounded up by the Frieza soldiers, and some of these people get mercilessly slaughtered. Goku this time wants to step in and help them, however he feels that ki coming from Frieza, and he knows that he has power far above even his own. He barely managed to use his speed and small size to defeat an Uzaru Vegeta with a power level of just 180,000. Frieza has a power level of 530,000, and his mere presence is frightening. With the adult Namekians slaughtered, only the children remain, and Goku can barely stand to watch these innocent children get killed. I have to go and help them, Goku whispers in desperation, looking back to the scary Emperor. I know you want to, but you can't. You'll lose, Krillin says, urging his friend to stay put. I think we should just take this chance and leave. As Krillin says this, Dodoria lifts his hand to kill Dende, and Goku's body cloaks in the black ooze from before. Only his face remains uncovered and he zooms towards the group of fighters with his newfound strength. As he charges ahead, he also uses Kaioken and the symbiote covers his face entirely. His muscles seem to get larger too and his dark red aura takes effect once again. Goku screams with a demonic voice and one punch launches Dodoria through an entire building. Since all of their scouters had been broken by Mori, these soldiers are unable to see how strong he is right now, but Dodoria was killed from this single hit. Also, as the symbiote takes effect more and more, the level of Kaioken that he can handle increases since his body becomes more fortified. With the venom eyes, he looks back to Frieza with his claws showing off and he growls with his fangs. So that will conclude the opening part to What If Symbiotes are in Dragon Ball. Please tell me something you liked about the What If or something that I should improve on for the next part. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.